Forgot to hit the record button and I just started talking. So good morning. Let's go through this missing video. I don't know. Well, obviously I deleted it. I can't blame it on YouTube because I doubt YouTube actually eats videos. But I swear I have hunted everywhere for that video and I used it just in the spring, but I don't know, who the hell knows. So I'm making this at home. You probably already know that when I'm at home, I have coworkers with lots of hair who like to shed. I have one sitting here looking at me right now. Her name is Mauser, and she's going to have to go on. We will see how many times I get interrupted by little cats wanting to come hit the snack bowl I have on my desk. And when you hear me pause, it's because I needed a drink of water. All right. Hang on a second. I have to share the screen. Oh, screen one. Go away. Go away. Go away. Well, there was one. I expect you to keep track of how many times. Screen one. There we go. All right. So this is Excel assignment 2. I extended the, well, you can read this. I apologize. Just like stuff happens to you, stuff happens to me. I forget what day it is. I think it's Tuesday, and then oh my gosh, it's Friday morning. So, stuff happens. We understand, we make adjustments, and we move on. However, by the time you see this, the yellow highlighted about the video will probably be gone. Anyhow, okay, it says you're going to watch this video and create that file, stuff, stuff, stuff. You'll have 3 charts, and then some other stuff. This video is not a substitution for reading Excel Module 4. That's Excel Chapter 4, which handily enough was not in the chapter scans for some obscure reason, but is now posted in one of the announcements. Thank you to somebody who told me. Oh, and yes, I also gave everybody 15 extra credit points just for the irritation value of having to wait for me and deal with my mistakes. So anyhow, this is not a substitution for reading the chapter because the chapter tells you things like what a legend is, what your horizontal and vertical axes are, and stuff like that. This is just a let's create the assignment, okay? At the bottom shows your grading, and then you have the beginning file. I'm going to download that beginning file. All right, in my downloads folder. Do I have any requirements? File name. What is a file name supposed to be? Hang on a second. It has to think. Let me move this. Okay, what's the video? Name the file Excel practice assignment 2. Excel practice assignment number 2. File, save as, browse, downloads. I put it in the downloads because that's easy to find. There we go. And I carefully did that because the file name is tied to, what the hell? Okay, 6, yes. When I make mistakes, I just make them everywhere. I'm not even going to look there. Well, I have to look one more minute, don't I? This is what one of the sheets looks like. This is what another one of the sheets looks like. So you will have 2 sheets. Let me open this one. There is one of them. Let's open the other one. You can open these, print them, do whatever. Okay, on this one, you can see you have 2 sheets. You have a worksheet tab called Inventory, and you have a worksheet tab called That. So we will have 2 worksheet tabs. That's 1 and that's 2. And here is our beginning file. All right, let's pause for station identification, also known as I need a drink. Something gross I read on the internet the other day. It was like CNN or AP News, or could have been just simply Reddit, that we tend to not wash our water bottles very often. and that they harbor bacteria, especially on the mouthpiece. And I thought, how long has it been since I washed my water bottle? So that day it went in the dishwasher. All right, here we go. Now we're going to take this and we're going to create the file shown in those examples. Now you should already know how to do this. You should know what these videos mean and how you should know what these formulas mean and how to create these formulas. These are the most important formulas. Okay, we're just not going to do those because you already know how to do that. Let's go in and create these charts. Now, mine may not exactly match what's in the example because the original screenshot came from the original video, right? So let's see how close I can get. You need to have read the chapter before you do this. Let's go in and let's do the column chart that's at the top right of the screenshot that is in column H. And we need the data, which is the amount, and we need the category or the animal. So I need animal and, whoops, no, I need animal. Hold down your control key, allows you to select non-adjacent ranges. So highlight the first one, control, highlight the second one, and now I just go insert myself a chart. Insert, and I have things in the way here. Let's make sure that I'm still getting the right screen. I'm a little bit shy over that one. All right, I want to insert myself a 3D column chart. How about that one? Yes? So if I look at it and I compare it to the screenshot, that's a good start. So let's move it first. The top left of that chart goes in H1 and the bottom right goes in K13. I'm having to look. We just drag it, H1. Now let me show you something. If you drag it, you can put it there, no issue. If you hold down your Alt key, it will snap it to the top left automatically. And K13, what row am I on? Is that K13? But you don't have to hold the Alt key. Okay, now let's zoom in so we can see more. All right, first thing we're going to do is create ourselves a style. Click the chart. Do you see how you get some extra tabs across the top? If you click off, you have the main ones. And here you have chart design. Lots of ways to get where I'm going. It doesn't matter how you do it. The end result is what's important. The textbook shows you multiple ways to do this. So if you have another way you prefer, do it that way. This is just how I'm going to do it. So chart design, I'm going to choose myself a style. I think that one is what it shows. That look pretty good? Looking good so far. Now, I don't have the same amounts over here. Perhaps I should go change those so it looks better. Dog, cat, fish, snake, turtle. Dog, cat. Ah, here's where the difference is. Let's change this so that it matches. 5 cats. Ooh, 35 fish. 3 snakes. All right. So amount 720, 350, 623, 75. And 34. Is that what I have? Look pretty good. 25. I'm comparing is what I'm doing, so I'm muttering to myself. Okay, so my cost over here is different. Electricity 5, 5, 44. Oops, what's the average? What do I have different? Oh, ha 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 ha. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. I got it right. All right, let's go back over here. If we can't laugh, then we have, yeah, come on, what are we doing? Oh my goodness. Does not like me to zoom in like that, does it? Okay, that's better. Now let's change our colors. Here we go. I'm going to go back up in that chart design and I'm going to change the colors. This one is some kind of orangey. Colorful. Let's I don't know. We'll do that. I'm trying to make it match so it doesn't freak anybody out. Okay, that looked better. All right, chart title is immediately wrong. It's supposed to be inventory cost comparison. Do you see what I did? I didn't go in and delete, backspace out of the words. I just clicked my object and then started typing. See how it still says amount right here? But in my formula bar up here, it shows what I'm actually putting in when I hit enter. There we go. All right, the bottom, we don't have these axis titles, so we need to go in and add them. Lots of ways. The plus is an easy way right here. We need to not be able, okay, here we go. Axis titles. And then we have options. We're pretty good. Now it just says axis title and that doesn't mean crap. So we click this one and we type amount. Hit enter. Click this one and this is inventory item. And that is how you generate just a standard 3D column chart. It's not called a graph, it's called a chart. That looked pretty close. I think that looks pretty close, right? Okay, so let's zoom out. What is our, oh, save. Now this other one is a 2D pie chart and it has the, I think it has the amount and the animal again. Let's do this again. So animal and amount. And now we're just going to insert ourselves a 2D pie chart. Two-dimensional means flat. Insert. I want a pie chart and 2D. That look like what we have? Yes, it does. The column chart and the pie chart are the two most common ones. So where does this one go? A15 through E27. A15 through E27. Might look like it. Let's zoom in again. Okay. Now on this one, I have the chart title. I have the legend. You need to know what a legend is. See how the other one does not have the legend. So by default, I have the chart title and the legend. Let's go in and change it. It doesn't have a style, it's just that, but the colors look a little different. Let's go in and change the color. I like that one. Basically, choose your one you like. All right, chart title. Oops. Capitals. There we go. Now, if I notice I don't want a legend, so I just need to uncheck that option. See that plus? I don't want a legend. See how you have options? I don't want that. Okay. And what I have here are data callouts. I don't remember what page this is on, but the textbook tells you about the data callouts. All right, let's go in. So that's a data label, but I don't want it to look like that. I want a data callout. That look like what it is? Well, that's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Now, if I wanted to move these like they're overlapping, watch. You click an object. See how I clicked it twice to get just the one crosshairs? Lets me move it. Click it, crosshairs, lets me move it. How does that look? Does that look pretty close to what I have going on? Snake, I must have done something else with that. That's okay. We're good. If it doesn't quite match, still looks pretty good. I don't actually remember what I did on the first one. Life is good. All right, let's look. Oops, this is called inventory because I looked at the example. Did we get pretty close? How close did we get? Looking at the screenshot of that page. Looks fairly close, even though I know that the 10% and stuff isn't matching. Fish 35. Actually, in my fish pond, we have this massive toad who has lived here, or that has lived here, since we've been here. I don't know how long toads live, but I swear it's the same toad. Um, she, we now found out, has laid 2 batches of eggs in our fish pond that we put in middle of the year last year. First time we emptied it out with thousands of tadpoles. Just, and then we filled it back up, put our fish back in it. And we looked a week ago and we have thousands of tadpoles in with our 4 little fish. So it's crazy. All right, there's the first set. Column chart, that's how you adjust it. Pie chart, that's how you adjust it. Pretty simple. Remember, this is just an assignment. Your information is in the chapter. So let's go do the other one. Now, a while ago when I inserted a chart, you noticed how I just moved it around, right? This is an object in this worksheet. I can resize an object, I can move an object, I can cut and copy and paste an object, but it is an object in this worksheet. If I print it, it looks like this, right? You can tell it's an object in, an object in. Let's make sure this prints right. Yes, there we go. All right, so it's an object in. Let's go create us this other one. Obviously, it is a 3D pie chart. So this one has, I can't really see it, it's real fuzzy. So I think the count and the amount on this one. So let's do count and amount. These two right here. Let's insert ourselves a pie chart that is 3D. Okay. Now, if I, see it's on a page by itself. If I move it, see that move chart right there? If I move it to an object in something, I can click it, I can move it around. This is not how I want you to move it. Let's do this. Click your whole chart. We're in the chart design tab. Move your chart to a new sheet called, it says inventory pie chart. See the option I chose? See the option. So it's not going to be an object in some place. It's going to be on a new sheet. Now watch. This is the difference. Do you see this? And see how I can't click around it? I can't do much with it. Okay, look. Whole page, whole sheet. See the difference? Now let's go and look at the whole thing. Okay, so this is the one worksheet tab. See how it's an object in? And the chart we just moved is the entire thing. That is the difference. That's going to matter later on. All right, let's go in and adjust it. So chart title. Where am I at? Oh. Okay, so we don't want that. We are not generic, we are not default, we are not basic. So therefore your stuff should not be. Change your title, the font of something else. What is mine, Garamond? Let's do 30. I don't have a 30, so let's just type a 30. Ah, there we go. I do have a legend. And apparently I clicked the wrong thing. So now I have to do it over. This won't work. Yay for me. Let's go in and delete it. It's easier to delete it than it is to try to adjust it. So let's do it again. So I need the animal and then I need the price. Animal, control, and amount. So apparently I've selected the same things the whole time. Insert 3D pie chart. I'm going to move it to a new sheet called, there we go. Okay, that's better. See the legend at the bottom? This is called, and we changed it to Garamond and to 30. There we go. Now look, see how itty bitty that is down there? Let's change the font to the same Garamond or whatever you have chosen, and let's try 14. I can read it better. Now, style first. The reason we do the style first is because when we change the style, it's going to change all our modifications. Watch. So click it. I want a style. You can also go over here. I have the one with the dark background. I like that one. Here we go. So let's see what it did. See, it reset our font, and we don't want that. We just don't want that. We wanted this to be the same thing. Garamond, Georgia, Bell MT, those are all really good fonts. Okay, that's better. Okay, so if we're looking, we need some data callouts. Let's go in and do our data callouts. So those are data labels. I click the whole chart, not just part of it, click the whole chart. Let's go in and add us some data labels. We don't want those. We want, are they data callouts? Not just think that they're data labels, but they're a little bit different. If you look at the 3D pie chart, you'll see that they have the amount and then the percent underneath it. So we need to go in and do some fancy options. So data labels, we need to modify the options on our data labels. See over to the right where it says more options, let's try data callout. No, that's not what I wanted. So data labels, more options. Here we go. Now, we're going to look before we click. You have so many options over here, so many ways you can get lost. If you get lost, close it, do it again. All right, so I have my data labels. I have the value on top, and then I have the percent of something underneath it, but they're on different lines. Do you see that? So let's look over here, label options. We have the value, and that's what we want. But if I look, I also need the percentage. Okay, there we go, there we go. But if I refer back to my example, they're on different lines. So right now, our separator is a comma, and that's not what I want. I want the separator to be a different line. New line. Ta-da! Did that work? Okay, when we are done with your panes, either the left or the right, close them. Now let's look. They look pretty good. All right, let's go in and do some fancy stuff. Now, you look here, you see that one of these has been drug out. That's called exploded. I like pie charts because you can explode them. The 3D ones look really good exploded. Let's go explode us one. Where is the cat one? The cat one's the orange one. It's not very big. Let's do the snake one. Okay, click this one time, whole thing. Double click it, you get just one. Let's do it again. All right, if you click this, you're selecting the entire chart. If you click a part of the chart, like the chart title or the chart legend, you're selecting that. We're selecting the pie. See the dots around the pie? We've selected the whole pie. I don't want the whole pie. I want a slice of the pie. So I'm going to double click again the specific slice. Now see how I just have the dots? Grab it and explode it out. Isn't that cool? I don't want that over there. See, isn't that neat? Now, let's go in and just look at what you can do if you wanted to be fancy with your pie. Click the whole pie to get the whole pie. See all the dots around every slice? Okay, what happens if I right click it? Do I want that? Nope. Let's click someplace blank. All right, let's do this one more time. Click someplace blank. If I click the pie one time, I don't get that over here. If I double click the pie, I'm still selecting the whole pie. See all of these? And I get this over here. So let's go in and do some looking. This is your series options. This is your effects, and this is your paint bucket. Let's go do the effects right here. So we could add a shadow. Let's go in and add us a shadow. Can't really see it, can we? It just made mine less. Color, I could change the color of the shadow. Well, that's just ugly. But you see how it's done, right? So there's how you change your shadow. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Here's where you can change your transparency of the shadow, all kinds of things. So there's a shadow. Here is your glow. Obviously, you know what a glow does. Here are your soft edges. And here is your 3D format, which is where we were headed. All right. Top bevel is the edge of the top of it, right up here. Bottom bevel is the edge of the bottom of it. So let's do the top bevel. All right, let's try this one. See how it changed it just a hair? And yes, I know it didn't change it much, but if you look at the example, it's been changed. So therefore we want to do that. So there's that one. I can't really tell a difference. What does this one do? I like that one. You can do the width, the height, all kinds of things, okay? The bottom one, let's do the same thing. Can't really see it, can you? Let's go down and look at the material though. So we have a standard, ours says warm matte. Yeah. Oh, wrong button. What's this one? Plastic. Ooh, shiny. I think I like the plastic. But let's go this special effects one. Dark edge. What was that one? Soft edge. No. Can't see the no. Obviously no. Let's go ahead at the bottom. Translucent. Did it do anything? Well, that one sure did. Okay, so I liked I like plastic. I liked the plastic one. Let's close this over here. What else did we do? All right, now let's go back. That looks pretty good, right? Looks fairly close, reasonably close, except I can't see the font, so I'm going to click that. Just the one, just the one. There we go, just the one. Crosshairs, crosshairs. Are the crosshairs? Oh my goodness. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay. I am not going to be able to move this one, am I? So let's go in and just do something else to it. No, not that. Did it let me do anything? Okay, I want that. I'd really like to just move that one. It's not going to let me do that, is it? Oh, there we go. That's called making do. I couldn't move it, so I changed the font color. I'm aware that that's not just the best thing to do, but you know what? I couldn't see it. So anyhow, let's go back over here. All right, this one needs to go first because if I look at the example, that's what it shows. We're back over here at the inventory. Let's zoom in. Okay, let's pretend like I see the snake one? I chose the snake one over here. Let's go back over here and let's make the snake column look more important, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select just the snake column. Click it, got the whole thing, double click it. See how it's just this one, just this one. Remember, there are lots of ways you can do this. I want to fill it with a different color because it's special. I want a solid fill of, let's do a green. Green is always a really good choice. And then let's give it a border. How about, I don't know, how about an orange color, but 3-point width. How's that? Yeah, look pretty good. Let's zoom out. Okay, visually it matches. Close. Let's go over and see if it matches the instructions. Okay. All right. Name it. We did that. I have 3 charts. The 3D column is at the top left. That's the first one, the Plano 2D pie. And then the 3D pie chart that we moved that special way. Put them in the same cells. We did that. I left my animals the same because this was just for instruction purposes. So therefore, turns out your amounts aren't going to match mine anyway. So I wasted all that time changing it, right? Down here it says don't use those fonts because like I said, you're not generic. Submitted here, 50 points. Let's go to the bottom and let's go in and adjust that. Here we go. All righty then, where are we at? Let's see here. I'm going to drag out my calculator because I can do a lot of things. One of the things I cannot do is reliably add in my head. I can, times 3. Here we go. Does this even add up? What the hell did I do? That's 24. Okay, let's do this again. So I see 1, 2, 3, 8 times 3, 8 times 3, that's 24. And if I add the 1, that's 25. Well, we are going to change this because apparently I didn't pay attention. I use this different applications for different classes. So let's go in and change this, okay? So now it's not worth as much. All right, let's make sure this is okay. All right, I use this in my face-to-face classes, and we did it during the week in class as just practice. And the assignments that we do together in class are never worth as much as those we do outside of class. That is why it shows that. Let me see here. 2 equals. Yeah, see, those should have been worth 16 points each if we were doing it correctly. Where are we at? We were doing this correctly. These would have been worth 16 points each because then 16 and the 2 would have equaled 50, but it didn't. So I've adjusted it down. That's okay. No worries. All right. Does that look pretty good? We good? All right. If I wanted to do something else really quickly and go in and add a header and footer, let's go down here. Page layout. Header footer. Top left, if I wanted to insert the current date, there's a button. See, I'm not going to type the date, I'm going to click the button, okay? In the middle, I want to insert my file name, and I'm not going to type it, I'm going to use the button. Now over here on the right, I'm just going to type my name. Should call myself She Who Forgets Everything. Headers, let's go back into normal, where we cannot, or default where we cannot see it, but if I go to print, then there they are. Okay, that is a very basic way of how to use charts and how to modify some of the things. Remember, make sure you have read the chapter, but otherwise, that is all I have for this video. I hope you're having a good, hot couple of days. I believe the rains are over for a while, but we did get a lot. So go have a good day, and I will see you online.